Hey guys, J-Man here. All right. I thought I kind of, would schedule a quick impromptu live stream to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I didn't do anything yesterday. I was a bit busy. So I thought, what the hell? Let's do it. Let's have an open mic. Haven't done one of these in a long, long time. So basically, I've posted two things. I posted in the chat. I posted a poll, so you can give your rating for Guardians 3, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, or 2 out of 5. I'm assuming no one's going to give it a 1 out of 5. I can only do 4 options. You know what? Let me put a banner up because we're going to have spoilers. There you go. All right. Okay, before we get going, just a couple of updates. So this Monday, I'm going to be on Clobberin Times. So the link to Clobberin Times is in the description of this video, plus all my other videos. So that'll be this Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to be talking about Batman, Brave and the Bold, number 115. And that's a Bob Haney. So we're going back to Earth B for this one. And it's Batman teaming up with the Atom. It's super insane, crazy, wacky. So you definitely have to check that out. That's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be Monday. I'm just checking my stream here. I don't know why it's saying live in 76 minutes when I'm live right now. Oh, there we go. That's better. All right. That was weird. Okay, so that's this Monday. And then this Wednesday, Steven and I are going to be talking about WWE Backlash and all the women's wrestling that happened in the last week. So that's going to be on Wednesday. And then Friday, we are going to pick the final two fantasy movies in our 80s fantasy versus. It's going to be the final four you can see is Hawk the Slayer, Conquest, The Barbarians, and The Sword and the Sorcerer. So two of those movies are going into the final two, and then we're going to have our winner a week from there. Okay. Good day. How's it going? I cannot read your name. Mordecai Rain. Oh, that's an awesome name. All right. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so as I said, it's an open mic. Anyone can come in and vote for give your rating for Guardians. And if you want to come in, there is a link that is posted and pinned to the chat. You click on that link, it'll take you to StreamYard, and that's going to that'll give you an opportunity to come in. So we already have someone waiting backstage, so I will bring him in just a second. And he's been on many times, usually for Spider-Man stuff, but he's come on here for some Guardians talk. So let's bring in Andrew. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, let me get a better background here. Let's put my bricks up. So you saw Guardians 3, I guess?
Yes, yesterday.
All right, cool. Before you tell me what you thought of part 3, why don't you tell me what you thought of part 1 and part 2? Because this looks like it's at least the conclusion for now, right? Like there's probably not going to be many more Guardians.
Chris Pratt literally passed the mantle to the raccoon.
Yeah. Now, at the very end, we're in spoilers already. But at the very, very, very end, it says Star-Lord will return. So
my mom said that to me, and I was confused, considering literally he gave me the mantle of leader to Rocket, and he went back to Earth.
Who knows what can happen, right? So, tell me what you thought about Guardians Part 1. Did you like that a lot when it came out?
I never been really a fan of the characters in general, but it was cool at first. I liked Chris Pratt, and all the other was good. The villain was fine, but it was a good first try.
Right. So that was Ronan, the Accuser, who was the first villain, which I thought he was like, kind of like okay, nothing crazy with him. But then, okay, so what about part 2? Did you like part 2 better than part 1 or worse than part 1 or the same?
It's mostly the same. I mean, I did like Kurt Russell, but I mean, and them getting rid of Michael Rooker wasn't weird to me at first, and also having Dave Bautista being the jokester was kind of a weird step down from before because he was all dark and
Mhm.
but it
Okay.
was fine. There were some questionable decisions they made, but it was fine.
All right. So what about part 3 then? What's did you think this was the best one or the worst one or
I think, like I said, it is different from before,
that definitely has a bit more darker elements, that's for
which I've
sure.
seen people complain about for some reason.
Right. Didn't bother me, but
Yeah,
so
but it was a fine conclusion.
all right. So
I
do you,
mean,
if you have to rank them, like,
I'd say
like what's
between.
your order?
I, I never really ranked it before, but all three of them are good. So I don't know if I can rank it.
So it's like they're all equally good.
Yeah,
Do
like
you
I said,
think
I've never been a fan of the character of guards in general.
mhm, mhm. Do you think that this trilogy is like in the
Well,
upper
it's not
parts
as
or
good.
whatever?
Well, I mean, it's not as good as I can think of better superhero movie trilogies.
Right. So Derpy, thank you for joining the stream. 231. So two's your favorite. Oh, we've got someone backstage. Josh.
Hello. Hello,
Hey,
J-Man.
how's it
Long
going,
time
man?
no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
It's been a
while.
while. So
Yeah.
what's your thought? Let me hear your thoughts firstly on part 1 and 2 and then 3. So like and then uh
Uh,
so what about part 1? Like was that like holy shit, this movie's awesome, or you thought it was okay?
Volume 1 of Guardians of the Galaxy was fucking amazing. One of my
Okay.
favorite, but that is top tier MCU, like for me.
I agree with
Volume
you.
2,
I agree.
Volume, like, I know a lot of people crap on Volume 2. Volume 2 is overhated. It's not as good as Volume 1, but it's still solid. I can rewatch.
I agree with
Volume
that.
3, on the other hand, is like my least favorite of the trilogy, in my
Why am I not
deepest
surprised?
opinion.
Yeah, so it's weird because I don't know, like I kind of like Guardians 1 to me was like top tier, as you're saying. It was one of my favorite
Well,
Marvel movies, top tier, like
that
probably 9 out of
reminds me.
10, maybe a
That
9 out of
reminds me.
10. Sorry, Andrew.
Sorry, but that reminds me. I told this to my mom recently. Like, I've always seen people criticize the MCU for being too jokey joke, and when they try something different, like with the whole dark tone and stuff, they complain about that. It makes me go, "What the hell do you people want?"
I think they're looking for a balance of some kind. Like when
And that's
Eternals
what the
came
early
out,
days of the
I
MCU was
thought like people were saying for Eternals, oh, they want something different, blah blah, and then yeah, but we want something different, but not boring and stupid. So
Good
it's
point.
like right, like Eternals was just like this is boring and stupid, and I don't care about it. So I think Guardians 3 actually had a pretty good mix. Like I'm not an animal lover, so I'm not against animals, but it doesn't affect me if animals are being experimented on. So that didn't bother me, but I really liked the backstory. And High Evolutionary is one of my favorites, and it's not, they didn't really exactly do him justice, and they didn't really do Warlock justice, but High Evolutionary was a villain. There was no redeeming qualities. It wasn't like, oh, we should feel bad for him because his
Yeah.
parents died or something stupid like that. Marvel loves doing that to give you some sort of a perceived like balance of something, but like I thought he
It,
was pretty badass.
I think like having sympathetic villains, it can work.
Yep.
It can work to a certain extent. What I miss is like having villains that you can like actually hate and just prey on their demise. Like I miss when villains were like actually like bad people. I miss that.
Right. Now, High Evolution was pretty bad. Like, you're like, screw this guy. I don't know. What do you, or were you, I mean, unless you're on his side, which I guess he could be. It's like, well, he's trying to evolve people. I don't know. But he committed genocide. He literally
Yeah,
destroyed.
man, literally blew up like an entire like animal planet. Like this dude's
Yeah.
nuts.
He's like, he made this planet. He's like,
I do
oh,
admit,
it's not working out for me. Ah, screw it. Let's just start. It's like you're putting together a model kit and you screw it up. You're like, screw it. You throw it in the garbage. I'll buy another one. You're like, no, you
I do
literally.
admit he does like this. Does like to scream a lot. That's like all like overhamming it up.
I think like
Yeah.
one of like the major flaws I have with this movie is like how, the characters the characters are constantly arguing and bickering like at literally like in
Especially
any scene
Gamora.
that they're in.
That girl likes to yell so much.
Yeah,
Especially like the new Gamora.
yeah, okay, here's the thing. It depends on your situation, your actual real life situation, because like for me, my family is literally that all like we'd have Sunday lunches together and we'd be yelling at each other and there'd be like major screaming matches. And then by the end of the day, we're all friends again. Everything's great. And we all love each other and all that. So I'm like, I see what they're doing. Like they've become a family now where it's like, and they feel more comfortable yelling at each other. And that may or may not play well for an audience, but it played well for me. I like this movie a lot. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it was really solid. I'm definitely going to watch it again. It's maybe a little bit too long if I have to complain. And I also didn't get for the High Evolutionary. I would have liked to have seen more because I really like that character. I have the Evolutionary War, which is like a huge. It's all the annuals combined. It's a really nice read. I wish I would have done a little bit more with him, but still, I liked it.
Yeah, one thing that confused me is that, or no, one of the most emotional scenes in the whole movie when Rocket was like trying to break Lila out, and then the High Evolutionary just shoots her right in the back, and then Rocket just out of rage just completely just messes up his entire face.
Maybe because he loved her and he was upset.
And then like towards like the end of the movie, I was genuinely surprised they put in like the High Evolutionary like his actual face in a PG-13 movie. Yeah, that I was surprised they actually did something like that.
That's his face in the comic too, so it's pretty.
Weird
like, that looks pretty good. Like he looked. I was like, shit, that looks almost. Maybe I can find that. I'm pretty sure that's from Evolutionary War. I'll see if I can find that picture and show you. But you're like, shit, that's his face. Like, I wish he would have had the armor. Obviously, I want him to have the armor mask, but whatever. This is the age of where nobody wears masks because they just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Derpy says, all right, let's admit everyone at this point I said this film, no animals were harmed. Are you an animal? Because some people were okay. My theater was packed, and some people were like
mine was too.
Upset. Like they couldn't handle this. I was like, guys, look, it's a movie. Look,
it's not actual animals.
It's not actual animals, right?
Yeah, they're all CGI. They don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like it's a CGI character. It's fine.
So, like in my theater, I watched this movie on Saturday, like at 10 o'clock. There was a lot of people in my freaking theater, like at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like Jesus Christ.
Same here for me, dude. Same here.
Yeah, it made 114 million. I think is what they said.
Last time I saw it said 120.
Well, 120. Damn. No, people, and you know what the thing is like I hate saying this, but it's one of these movies which it's not pandering. It's just a movie. It's the first Marvel movie in a long time where we can talk about it without having to say, "Oh, is it this or is it woke? Is it whatever?" Like we at least we can talk about the movie as the movie and say, "I didn't like this because it was slow or this didn't make sense." Not, "I didn't like this because it's like a woke thing or whatever." It's just a normal movie. What's
that
up,
reminds me? Recently, I saw a review of the movie by someone named Tyrone Mactus, who was going on finally a movie without the woke SJWness, and apparently he got backlash for it.
Oh, why did he get backlash? You can't say anything without getting backlash.
Well, I mean, like
true.
One video where it had the tweet that was showing it saying like this is a 45-year-old man.
Well, wait, Andrew, are you talking about Twitter? Because I'm not even on the app anymore.
Well, yes, actually.
Okay, that makes sense.
I just go on Twitter and post my streams, then I go off. I just use it for I just use it to post my stuff, and then I don't really read anything. I don't read anything because I don't care about people's thoughts. It's like ultimately I'm qualified enough to make my own decisions. I took film courses in school, and I shot movies and wrote scripts and have books on Amazon published. So I think I'm good. I can make up my own mind.
Good point.
Like what I mean, they're like, oh, this and that. I was like, sorry, I've been reading comics for like 35 years. It's like, I think I'm good. I don't need anyone's help.
I need to get back on my comics. I need to get back on my comics game if I'm going to be like ready for Invincible season 2 dropping like later this year.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, did that take longer to come out than it seems? It feels like it's taking a long time.
So it's been like 2 years since Invincible season 1 came out.
No way.
I'm like it's been like
2 years.
It's literally been 2 years since I came out. That's crazy.
No way. Invincible. Hold on. No way. It can't be 2 years, really?
So it came out like in March of 2021. Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Why is that taking so long?
Are they like making new episode, like new animation style? Like we haven't heard nothing about Invincible.
Yeah, there's a lot of comics for that. Like they can do at least probably 5 or 6 seasons. Steve read the whole thing. I've only read the first maybe like 20 to 30 comics, but there's at least like 70 or 80 issues, so they can at least, and they've only covered like maybe 10 or something. Like,
I know.
I don't get it. Like,
the only thing I remember from this one was the main character getting his ass kicked by a buff J.K. Simmons.
oh man, well, you know,
that final episode, bro, that's
insane.
top tier, bro.
That was insane.
Yeah, just J.K. Simmons beating the crap out of him.
He looked like that in the comics, so that's exactly what Omni-Man looks like. Like, that's,
I know.
They pretty much copied him. And actually, in the comics, I don't think you found out. I don't remember. I read them a while ago. In the comics, I think it was about like maybe like 10 issues before you realize that he's the bad guy. Like, I know in the cartoon episode 1, I think it was episode 1, right? He turns on that league and kills most.
Yeah, that was like the ending of episode 1.
Yeah, so that didn't happen in the comics for like, if it's one comic a month, you got to think there's like 10 months, almost a year before you know that he's even a bad guy. So that's a real big shocker. Like, if you're reading the comics, you're like, whoa, like, now episode 1, when that happened in episode 1, I was shocked myself because I'm like, whoa, that already happened? I'm like, shit, they're not wasting time in this show. That's like,
yeah, no. What else? I remember James Gunn said, like, at the press screening for Guardians, that Rocket is like the secret protagonist of like all 3 movies. I didn't realize that at all.
Let me say something about that, which is weird considering how the first movie was like Peter Quill's origin story, and the second one was all about him and his father, Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I like that they did, because I Star-Lord's one of my favorite MCU characters. I know people are kind of iffy on him, but
the guy that single-handedly made Thanos snap his fingers.
Oh my God! Stop!
Oh Jesus Christ, Andrew, bro, it's been 5 years. Let it go.
I'm joking.
It's like he didn't. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, Iron Man could have, when he snapped his fingers, he could have undone it all,
but he didn't. He just died.
Good point.
Why didn't he just reset everything? Instead, he just made the bad guys go away. Well, why didn't you just reset the 5 years?
It's the MCU. Consistency never makes sense.
No, he didn't do it because he would lose his daughter. He wanted his daughter to live, even though she would have lived anyways. He could have just waited a couple of years and then had her anyway. Like,
good point.
Like, if he resets, Endgame is not like 10 out of 10 for me. Like, it's an okay movie, but there's some. To me, Infinity War was like the last one where I was like, hell yeah, like, this is epic. And then
Endgame gave us Fat Thor and Smart Hulk.
Another thing of this movie is that since in Avengers Endgame, since like Thanos' army from Endgame, like, they all got snapped away. So, right. And then you have the Gamora from the 2014 timeline. So it's like, how did Thanos' army get snapped away, but she's still in that timeline? And considering the fact that the TVA, they're going after people that like escaped like certain timelines, right, and they're proving them. So how is Gamora like still?
Well, I guess they only cared about Tom Hiddleston.
They basically, yeah. Look, it's a mistake. The negatives, the positives of a shared universe is that it's kind of cool. The negatives are that there's going to be errors, and this is like a comic book fans thing that we just learned to I can never say compartmentalize these things where you're reading one comic, you're like, wait a minute, didn't this guy just like die? Oh well, yeah.
You want to talk about
like, that's just how it goes. That stuff doesn't bother me.
You want to talk about inconsistencies when it comes to like the multiverse, the MCU characters, all their variants look exactly like them, but when it comes to Spider-Man, his variants are Toby and Andrew.
No, so here's the thing. Look, MCU is a mess, anyways. First of all, if you look at Kang. All of the Kangs are Jonathan Majors. Well, maybe not anymore because of things outside of the movie, but they're all the same actor. But when Loki came out, or when the Loki television show started, and there was the girl Loki, and then there's like an alligator Loki, and there's
Richard Grant.
Richard Grant. Well, yeah. So there's all these different Lokis, and their excuse is, oh, it's a multiverse. They're all different. It's like, okay, and that was their excuse for having a female Loki because everyone lost their mind saying, why is there a female Loki? But then they're okay, but then they're like, but all of the Kangs are the same. So the same Kang is special. What they're saying is that they don't know what they're saying. They'll say whatever they need to say for the movie they're making in order for it to make sense in their minds, and they don't care. That's the one thing. They're lazy. They're lazy and they're inconsistent.
Yeah, like I said,
that's just their pathetic that's just their pathetic paper thin excuse for it's basically saying that like you can have like the laziest excuse you can possibly have just in order for your story to work.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, for variants of Spider-Man are Toby and Andrew.
No,
Yeah, but they're all Peter Parker. So it's like, why does Peter Parker see? Like, I understand Miles Morales because Miles Morales is not Peter Parker, but even in the Spider-Verse movie, Peter Parker is still the same looking person, right? He might have a different hair color or a different hairstyle, or wear glasses or have a goatee or something. But Peter Parker always looks the same. And then that Peter Parker dies, and then Miles Morales takes that thing and says, like, now I'm Spider-Man. But Miles is a different person than Peter. But how could there be 3 actors playing Peter? Like, my thing is, like, shouldn't Peter Parker look the same in every universe? That was my
3 Tom Hollands.
Well, I don't want 3 Tom Hollands, but I mean,
dude, that's gonna be difficult to shoot.
Right. Well, I know. So they wouldn't have been able to do that. Really, Spider-Man No Way Home was just a fun thing to do for fans.
It was basically
and they made up a story to fit.
20 years.
Yeah. Movies. It's great fan service, sloppy storytelling, pretty much.
Hey,
sometimes the fans, I said it like this before. Look, sometimes you want a Big Mac, right? You're not looking for like a steak with garlic mashed potatoes and like asparagus on the side and a glass of wine. Like sometimes you're like, I just want Big Mac, and yeah, it's a Big Mac. It's shitty, but. And I'm gonna probably have diarrhea after, but like at least it'll taste good while I'm eating it.
You just inspired me to go to TGI Fridays later this week.
Because like people were saying, no way, Homosis fan service, right? Well, sometimes I just want to watch something for fun. Like it doesn't have to, it doesn't have to change.
I've said this once to someone. Since when is nostalgia a bad thing?
Like a good point. Yeah. The only reason why I'm gonna watch the Flash movie on June 16th is because of Michael Keaton's Batman.
That's the only reason, man. I bought every Michael Keaton. I pre-ordered all the Michael Keaton toys, the Batmobile, like all of the McFarlane toys. It's a Batman. I can't believe how much Batman is all over that movie. No one cares about the Flash.
That reminds me. I read a story recently where apparently when he was on the set, Michael Keaton, when he was in the Bat costume, asked Andy Muschietti of him to take a photo of him in the costume and send to his grandson.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
And also, apparently, when he came onto the set, since it's been 30 years since he's been on that Batcave set, apparently he got a little emotional.
So I saw the second Flash trailer when I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. The first 30 seconds, it only shows Batman in a Flash trailer. Bro, the Flash is barely in the second trailer. Barely.
In fact, this movie is slowly turning into Tim Burton's Batman 3.
Yeah, just with Flash and Supergirl in the movie.
Yeah, so everyone's talking about, the talking points are Michael Keaton's back. Second talking point is this new Supergirl going to be good? And then there's, Ben Affleck's in it. This is interesting. The last talking point is the Flash. And when they mention the Flash, it's Ezra Miller's crazy in real life. That's all that... All that anyone knows about this movie is that Ezra Miller is crazy in real life and Batman's in it. That's it.
Oh, I even heard.
Yeah, that's all they're talking about.
That's all they care about.
Hell, I even heard there were more people upset that there wasn't a cameo of the CW Flash, Grant Gustin.
He might still be in there.
Yeah, I'm not believing it for a sec that he's not going to be in that movie.
Well, I heard Andy Muschietti said like there wasn't any room because it was going to have like Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, Marlon Brando.
I'm almost done my like fourth. I've seen Linda Carter Wonder Woman so many times. I'm almost done my. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. I've rewatched every episode. I've got one more episode left, and I finished the whole series.
What I've heard, the cameos we are gonna get are like Christopher Reeve Superman, Adam West Batman, Nicolas Cage Superman, George Clooney Batman.
Wait, hold on. How are y'all gonna get a cameo of Christopher Reeve? Whatever. Whatever.
I don't know. I mean, Christopher Reeve is the greatest person ever. So if he's in it in that movie, I'm gonna have to rate it high. I'll ignore my film school and just see. Sometimes I just ignore everything and give it a high mark because I like it and I don't care.
Yeah.
But did you rate Guardians on the poll, Josh, or no?
I would probably give Guardians like a 6 out of 10. Like that's like the max I'll give it.
All right, so it's like I did it out of 5 because you can only have 4 options, so I did 5, 4, 3, and 2. So probably like 3 out of 5. Yeah,
I'd probably say like around the 3 or 4 mark.
I really liked it a lot. I gave it a 4. I dinged it because it is a little bit long, but it's the third movie and they're concluding
It's
stuff,
2 hours,
so I
man.
get
How's
it.
that long?
It's 2.5
Wow.
hours. It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It didn't feel long. But my thing is like when you watch me the first time, you don't know what's going to happen, so you're not sure who's going to die. It looks like, oh no, is
Well,
Rocket?
then no one died.
Oh, is Peter going to die? Is this right? So you don't know that. But when you watch the second time, now you know that they won't. So it'll feel longer.
Hell, they
Good point.
gave us that. Hell,
Right?
they gave us that fake out when he was like frozen up in deep space.
Shit, I thought maybe he
Oh.
would. I'm like, there's no way they're going to kill Star-Lord, and then.
But my problem is that why didn't Peter have his mask like he did in the other two films?
Where's that mask?
Like, where's the mask?
Yeah, that's that. Nobody wants to wear masks anymore syndrome.
Yeah, because everything is now nanotech, and it's like. Boop.
That, unfortunately, Andrew, as much as I love it, your picture right now is where the disease started.
Wait, what?
That's where I don't feel like wearing a mask. At some point in time, somebody was like, I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to wear a mask. Neither do I.
What about Christian Bale Batman? What about the Nolan Batman?
Yeah, but I'm saying Nolan Batman came after. So that's the start of like Spider-Man 2 is where I first noticed it. I'm like, why does Peter have the mask off all the time in this movie? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no.
I love Spider-Man 2. To me, it's like I think maybe it's a 10 out of 10. If not, it's like a 9 out of 10.
At least in the first Iron Man.
No, I think it's a 10 out of 10. I think Spider-Man 2 is 10 out of 10 for me.
Well, hey, you want to talk about that? At least in like the first Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. actually wore a practical armor and a motion capture suit.
I think he wore a motion capture suit like in 2018, like with a nanotech armor.
No. I'm talking about in the first Iron Man. He actually wore a practical armor they built for him.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know when it changed. I don't know when it all changed.
I think it changed around 2012.
Yeah, it's a pure CGI.
Yep. Yeah, at least he had practical armor. Nowadays, it's just nanotech.
Yeah. When I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, like the scene where Adam Warlock is like saving Peter Quill. Now notice how like the position, how like Peter Quill and Adam Warlock, how they're about to touch with their fingers.
Yeah,
that's the painting of the creation of Adam from the Bible.
Right. I know. Yeah, it's from the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo.
Oh, bring us Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought that was kind of funny. Well, Adam Warlock is one of my favorites, but he was wasted. Like Adam Warlock was supposed to be Infinity War. Like the Infinity.
Thank
trilogy,
you.
Yeah, like the Infinity trilogy is not a Thanos trilogy. The Infinity Saga, if you want to call it a saga, is about Adam Warlock. He is the main guy because the Infinity Gauntlet is Adam Warlock fighting Thanos. Once they convince Thanos to give up the gauntlet, Nebula takes it and goes crazy and they beat her. Once they beat her, he forms the Infinity Watch, and that's Adam Warlock's team with Pip the Troll, Moondragon, Drax, Gamora, and Thanos, who actually, they give him back a stone saying you should protect the stone, and they all divide the stones, and that's the Infinity Watch. And then the Infinity War is where Warlock, who separates his evil self from him so that he could be a completely logical person like Spock and control the gauntlet and control the stone. His evil version, the Magus, goes insane. He is insane because he's a bad guy, and he makes evil versions of all of the heroes, and it's the good versions of the heroes fighting the evil versions of themselves. That didn't happen in the movie. And then the third chapter is the good parts of Adam Warlock, who is a female called the Goddess, separates all of the heroes and villains based on belief. So those that believe in science are on one side, and on her side are those who believe in a higher power. So that's the Infinity Saga. None of that happened in the movie. So for me, the second Adam Warlock wasn't in the movie, I'm like, okay, if Adam Warlock's not fighting Thanos, then this is not Infinity War. So having him in here now, and people are saying, well, he's ruined. I'm like, I know, but he was already ruined. So it doesn't matter at this point. I'm like, well, he's now just like a bounty hunter. He's just a bounty hunter. He's Boba Fett. He's Boba Fett.
I think he just. I think that James Gunn just threw him in there just to pay off that end credit scene from 2.
That is what.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That is what happened. That's one of my negatives. So that's another negative. So there's still some negatives, but generic, the normies aren't going to really care. They're like, oh, that was cool. Like they're not going to really care too much about it, but I still really liked it anyways. Cause sometimes I have to turn my comic book brain off because it's like, look, it's not the comics, just forget it and see. At least it's about saving a guy. They save their friend. There's heroes. I love that Rocket doesn't just execute him at the end. He's like, look, I'm a guardian. I don't do that anymore. I like that a lot.
I mean, Rocket spent most of the movie on a table hospital bed.
People say that, but what are you talking about? He's in the entire movie when he's young. Like,
well, those are flashbacks.
Right, but that's still Rocket Raccoon. Like they're saying, oh, Rocket Raccoon's not in the movie. The whole movie is Rocket Raccoon. He's in all of it.
I think they were talking about like in the present. He spent most
right,
of it
but we're seeing his entire journey. So he is in the character of Rocket is the whole movie. Really, he's
right. So the entire storyline with Rocket Raccoon is all coming full circle from the third movie all the way back to the first movie.
Mm-hmm. He's the main character. He is the soul and he's the heart and soul of part 3, the whole movie. Like,
yeah, good. So it's the same thing. How Volume 2 was like the heart and soul of that movie was Star-Lord. Volume 3 is the heart and soul of that movie is Rocket.
Oh, fun fact: in the flashbacks, the otter Lila was voiced by Linda Cardellini.
Yes, I saw her name in the credits. I thought, hey, Hawkeye's wife is in this. Like, what's happening there?
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Oh.
And she's Hawkeye's wife in Avengers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what she was. Yeah.
And even in flashbacks, they still got Bradley Cooper to do like a higher pitched voice.
I'm Rocket Raccoon in the past.
Actually, Angie, that was James Gunn's brother. I think Sean Gunn. I think he did the voice for like the younger version of. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know.
Yeah, Sean Gunn is the new young.
And also, James Gunn also threw his wife in there too.
I saw his wife in there from Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, it was funny how she got shot in the leg. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And also they brought Stallone and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Stallone. Hey, Phantom, what's going on, man?
And Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, who was supposed to be Wonder Man. I was looking forward to that, man. I was like, Wonder Man's one of my favorites. There's Wonder Man tattoo on my arm there. I love Wonder Man. Of course, they're doing the Ultimates Wonder Man. Ugh.
I mean, hell, I've seen for years people wanted Nathan Fillion as the Uncharted guy, Nathan Drake.
Oh, okay.
I was surprised that Nathan Fillion was actually in this movie. You also had Daniela Ratcatcher 2 from the Suicide Squad. She was in this movie.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was in that. I guess they're all. Well, James Gunn likes to use his. Everyone does this. All these directors, and I don't know if you guys know Trauma movies, but Lloyd Kaufman, I bet you Phantom Outsider knows. Lloyd Kaufman was in this one again. Lloyd Kaufman is the creator of the Toxic Avenger. He makes all these. He's the head of Trauma that make all these really exploitative movies. James Gunn worked with Trauma. They make really I don't know if you guys know who the Toxic Avenger is. I won't be looking it up while we're live because it's one of these really gory, bloody kind of movies. They're great.
Actually, that reminds me. Speaking of him using his cast, I saw a Twitter post recently of someone asking him if any of his Guardians cast will be in Superman Legacy. He said yes. Well,
for sure, because he likes to use his wife, his brother. Ron Howard puts his brother in every movie. Ron Howard directed Solo. That's a million movies, but Solo was the last one he directed, I think, unless he's directed something else. But Bryce Dallas Howard's his daughter, so his daughter was in stuff. Now she directs on her own, plus stuff. So it's these people always use their friends and family, right? Sam Raimi puts Bruce Campbell in every movie. He always
put that car in there too.
The car is in every movie. The Oldsmobile, which Bruce Campbell called a piece of junk, and then Sam got angry. They put it in the Spider-Man movie, and he's I don't think the Oldsmobile. I don't know if it's in the Wizard of Oz movie he did, but that would be very interesting if he somehow got into the Wizard of Oz. I can't believe they didn't have Nathan Fillion. I know they didn't have him play Wonder Man. I know. It's so shitty. I wanted him to be Wonder Man so badly. That Simon Williams is Wonder Man. I really wanted him to be it. Wonder Man is the brain pattern.
I heard they're building a Disney Plus Wonder Man show right now.
They're doing the one, yeah. So Vision. Okay, so Ultron was created by Hank Pym, like Michael Douglas Ant-Man. Michael Douglas Ant-Man created Ultron in the comics. He created Ultron. Then Ultron took the the Human Torch's body, the android Human Torch, which we saw. Remember in Captain America: First Avenger, there was like a red
Oh yeah,
humanoid.
the orange flame.
Yeah, so that's the Human Torch. That's the original Human Torch, Andrew, who's an android. So they took that. Ultron took that android body, and Wonder Man had died. So he took Wonder Man's brain patterns, merged them, and that's how Vision got created. And that's why Vision likes Wanda, because Wonder Man liked Wanda. So when Wonder Man comes back, that creates a problem, because it's like, well, Wonder Man's back now, but brain patterns are in Vision, and they both like Wanda. So none of that, obviously, in the movies, because they've just completely changed all that. And they just said, "Oh, Vision is Jarvis," right? So it's
they probably changed it because they thought it would be like a little too like complicated.
It's
Because
complicated.
MCU movies they cater to not only comic fans but also like
And
the
yet,
newbies, the general
people say,
audience.
"Oh, the MCU is so."
I think that's good.
Yet they always They always say the MCU is comic accurate, and yet they differentiate so far from the comics.
I'm okay with it. Like, look, end of the day, I do want an entertaining movie. Like, I like, like there's so many movies that I like. Like, I like Return. I like both Swamp Thing movies from back in the day, and they're not exactly. They're kind of, the second one's a bit goofy, but I love it. And it's like, well, it's not exact, but it's, if it's a fun movie, I give it a pass. Like Peacemaker, the TV show, which I did kind of like. It's not the Peacemaker comics, at least not those older ones. So
yeah, John Cena singing,
John Cena being kind of silly and goofy and all that, and it's like, and people, if people like it, they like it. Like, what can I tell you? I'm not a Peacemaker fan where I need to defend this character from before, especially since Wonder Man originally. Yeah, right, that's correct. Yeah, they don't have that. Well, Wonder Man would have liked Wanda as Wonder Man died in Avengers 9 of Quicksilver. Yeah, yeah, he would have. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's like he came back. I was trying to. So I bought the omnibus, and then I canceled it because it's just too expensive and it's just too huge. I can't read it all. Of all of the Wonder Man issues, it's too hard to try to like piece together. Like Wonder Man's, like he died because he died in his first appearance. He first appeared, then he died, and then he came back, and then he was the energy. He was the ionic version for a while, and then because Quicksilver and Thingy were and Wanda were bad guys. And then Swordsman came in. Well, Hawkeye was a bad guy first too. They're all bad guys first, and they turned good afterwards.
I just wonder how they're going to introduce like Iron Fist into this universe.
After what they did on that Netflix series, I stay far away from it.
I mean, you can easily like recast the guy.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, I didn't watch season 2, but Iron Fist that's one of my favorites.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like Iron Fist, and if you can just go on readallcomics.com, everything on there is free. They have every comic ever for free. And if you read like the first stories of Iron Fist, man, they're awesome. Like when he comes back for revenge when his parents die in that crash, there's no bullshit. He comes back from Kunlun, he's full Iron Fist, he's got the Iron Fist powers, he's got the costume, he literally storms the guy, and the guy's got this huge tower. And he's like, that's the guy that betrayed and killed my parents. He goes in and he literally goes up every level fighting different guys. Like,
damn.
And he just kicks the shit out of everybody, goes right to the top to kill that guy. And then he doesn't kill him because it's like, you've been living in fear that I survived and I would come back and kill you. He's like, you've been literally living. He literally barricaded himself in the top of this tower because he was so scared that Iron Fist would come back and kill him. He's like, I'm just going to let you live. He goes, because you're going to just be scared your whole life because you'll never know if I'm going to come back or whatever. It was an awesome story. And then he watches season 1. You're like, what is this? Like, he's like, oh, my company. It's like, he didn't give a shit. He just came back for revenge. And it was like a kung fu movie. It's like it's Bruce Lee's Game of Death, where he just goes up the levels and kicking the shit out of everybody until he gets to the top.
Right. It kind of reminded me of the ending of John Wick, like the fire on the stairs, like chapter 4. I mean, I think like one of the guys kicked John Wick like once, and he just like fell down like a flight of like 3 to 4 stairs.
When that happened in John Wick 4,
yeah,
I actually yelled out in the theater. Sometimes I'll also say funny stuff. I was like, "Oh man, I hate restarting the level." It's like a video game. It's like, damn it, I got to restart this level. I got almost to the top and then I got knocked down. I got to restart.
No, my all-time favorite scene is like the one-shot Dragon's Breath scene with the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
You see like an entire like bird's eye view of the entire like apartment building. It's just like
it was like a video game. It was like the old Smash TV, or like it's like a top down shooter. I'm like, what is this? This is insane. Like he just blew the crap.
In
He blew
fact,
everything
that
away.
reminds me. When it comes to like the versions of these heroes on like Netflix, the only person that actually had a costume was Daredevil.
What
Everyone's
about the
more
Punisher
clothes.
though?
Yeah, I didn't like how in Defend. Well, Luke Cage doesn't really have a costume anymore, and Iron
Yeah, he
Fist.
always wore like a yellow suit and like a afro to headband.
I'm okay with the afro. I mean, that's his natural hair.
And
So
they even get Iron Fist the yellow headband.
yeah, Iron Fist. Did he get it? Did he get a costume? I think Iron Fist
No, he
got a
didn't. He
costume.
just wore normal clothes.
No, in season 2 he had the mask. I think.
No, well, I mean,
No.
hell.
No,
When
season 2. No,
Daredevil.
he did have the mask in season 2.
Yeah, I thought he did. I saw
What?
pictures.
Hold on, let me look.
God, yeah, look it up.
Iron.
Yeah, Iron Fist season 2 he had it. For Christ's sakes, I watched season 1 twice because I watched it and then my wife wanted to watch it, so I ended up watching it again with her.
Oh,
Yeah, do I feel bad,
okay.
man?
I have the picture.
It was rough. That was rough.
Jeez. Dude, and well, I've seen worse shows. I've seen
It was only in this one shot in a training sequence.
Huh.
No, there you go.
It was only in a training sequence. Daredevil actually had the full costume with the red horns.
I just wonder in Invincible season 2. I wonder if they're going to introduce Thrag later on. I don't know if they're going to introduce him like right now. They're probably going to introduce him like later on. But
I don't know what they're doing. I didn't even know it was 2 years. That was crazy. Also, I don't like people that claim point at Iron Fist of the gut. Where Daniel Rand proved he was worthy and earned power. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Like that show. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even talk about. I don't even think I streamed about that show because it was just like, to me, the Daredevil, the 3 seasons of Daredevil were like amazing. And then every other Netflix show was just like, yeah, it was okay. I do like Luke Cage.
On Jessica Jones, I did like David Tennant as Kilgrave.
Of course, because David Tennant's an awesome actor. I was on his side. I'm kind of with the purple man. I kind of like this guy.
His motivation was valid.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. I do like Luke. Okay, Luke Cage season 2 had Bushmaster, and the actor that played Bushmaster with the Jamaican accent and all that. I loved that character. I just thought he was so cool. I don't know. This is a weird thing that I like Jamaican accents, and if a villain has a Jamaican accent, it's even better. I don't know why it's a thing. You can, Sean always makes fun of me because like Sean watched season 2. He's like, "Oh, you're really gonna like season 2." I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. You'll like it." And then I was like, "Man, I thought Bushmaster, that actor was awesome. I watched all his interviews. He put on.
Me.
He's great.
Daredevil, how he has the red suit. It was weird that they gave Charlie Cox the yellow suit in She-Hulk.
Well, that's to differentiate to Disney-fy him, right? They got to Disney-fy him.
No, my all-time favorite scene is like the rooftop scene where Daredevil is talking about not killing people and Punisher's talking about just killing people.
Oh yeah,
that rooftop scene, that was top tier writing right there.
That was awesome. The problem is
down, they get back up. I hit him. They stay down.
I love Punisher as one of my favorite characters, and Punisher in that was really good. And I do like them clashing on their ideologies. And the thing is, like, Punisher doesn't he's not part of the law. Like he was with the law, but now he's not. And whereas Daredevil still is, so he still has to believe in the law.
In fact, that scene when they were talking about the different ideologies, it reminds me of when Superman and Batman clash over their ideologies.
Are you talking about? Well, if that happened in Batman versus Superman, I only saw that movie once in the theater, and then I never watched it again. So if that may have happened in that movie, I don't remember if it did. I don't think there was much dialogue in that movie.
But they do in the anime shows.
Yeah, in the anime shows, that's all good. I like that. I do like that a lot. But Punisher is killing people. Batman still doesn't kill anybody, so it's still different. Ones do. only when Chris Nolan or Tim Burton want him to, that he does.
Yeah, Nolan's Batman. Wasn't he forced to kill because Two-Face had Gordon's son, so he was forced to kill him.
No, well, he didn't save.
He killed Two-Face.
He didn't save. I'm not gonna kill to Ra's al Ghul. He's like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm not gonna save you. It's like, okay, so you're allowing him to die. Like, it's still the 3 laws of robotics. It's like, A robot will not harm a human. A robot through inaction will not harm a human. And I can't remember the third one, but like you're still doing inaction. You know he's going to die, so you should save him technically. But whatever. Phantom's asking a question here. What's odd is using High Evolutionary Guardians 3 pretty much screwed up his creating Jessica Drew. Yeah, okay, so High Evolutionary, okay, so here's what's going on. They're like, we need something for Rocket, and it just all kind of tied in with High Evolutionary. They're like, let's just go with him. What did you guys like? I mean, I thought he was the best villain in the Guardians movies, in all 3 Guardians movies. I thought he was the best because he was just insane.
And the High Evolutionary this is the High Evolutionary. This is a guy that I like literally want to strangle if I was like in that situation with Rocket. Like I would have killed him on the spot and just like escaped with like all the others.
Hey Steve, you got your camera back.
Yeah, not really. I have to keep resetting it for it to work. I don't know.
And you're wearing is that the Friday 13th Part 3 T-shirt with the shower curtain? Oh man.
3D man.
Oh, I thought it was a Boogeyman shirt.
No.
Well, that's right. No, unfortunately not. I'm actually surprised that they're doing the Boogeyman because
isn't Disney doing
that? I've seen the fan film on it already. I have the fan film.
Yeah, so I saw the 20th Century Fox trailer. How the girl shuts the door and then someone's knocking and then they just burst right through the.
Yeah.
No, that actually did scare me. That was good.
You know, if they do it well, Josh, I'm good with it. But like, I read the story like years ago, so I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do. This is not going to be the short story. So if anyone likes a short story, it's not going to be a short story. But I'm fine.
I'm looking it up right now. Boogeyman. Yeah. Did we? What the hell? I don't think we. Which one was this in, Steve? Which book?
Oh shit.
It's from.
Or is it?
It's from a magazine. Oh, yeah. Night Shift. I'm sorry. It's Night Shift.
Night Shift. That's what I thought. I thought it was the first one, right? Night Shift was the first one. I get confused. I get confused.
Is Night Shift his first book?
That's his first short story collection.
Oh, it's his first short story collection.
No, his first book published was Carrie.
Really?
It was Carrie, Salem's Lot, Shining, and then I think Night Shift was.
Whoa, that's pretty solid. Say that again.
It was Carrie.
That's awesome.
Salem's Lot.
Yeah, that's good.
The Shining. Yeah. I think it was actually The Stand and then Night Shift.
Wow, that's okay. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Those are all like really good. That's like top tier.
Well, it's Early King. Early King is like
that's insane.
Like, and then he did Dead Zone next, and then he did Firestarter.
I like Firestarter. I don't know. So that new Firestarter movie came out, and then we all said it was not that great, and then I bought it anyway.
I bought it too. I bought it too. Not buy it.
Yeah, like no, because the thing is, she's a superhero. Like I was like, she can go around being a superhero now, right?
That movie is whatever until she gets her powers again and she's just trashing the facility. Then it's awesome.
That was awesome. I like the little girl now. I just say hi to Comic Vet. So Chris is going to be on in about an hour or so on Legion of Comics' channel. I think I was just setting this stream up and then I saw that Legion of Comics. His name is Mark. I don't know what to call him. I'll call him Legion. Just like Exorcist 3. So Legion's doing it's Exorcist 3, yeah. So Legion's doing a stream on Guardians within I think in about an hour or so. So you guys can check that out. I didn't see it. I try not to schedule streams at the same time, but I didn't even see. And my wife was like, "You didn't do anything for Guardians. You should do something." I'm like, "Ah, crap." And Steve, you weren't feeling well. I know. And like Sean was kind of super busy. I was like, maybe I'll just do it. I was like, screw it. Oh, we got Jo in the back. Jo, what's going on, man?
Jo.
Nothing much. How you guys doing?
Hey, man.
Good.
All right,
long time no see, by the way.
Yeah. Let me get a better angle here. So we basically have so there's a lot of Josh is saying he thinks this is the weakest of the Guardians. He's giving it like a 6 out of 10. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Andrew, did you give a rating or no? I can't remember.
I said around 3 or 4.
So 4 out of 5. Out of 5. Out of 5.
Oh, five. I was about to say. Whoa.
Well, I said it's around 3 or 4. It's
3 or 4. So maybe let's say 7.5 out of 10 or 3.5
fine.
out of. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I really liked it a lot. I think I don't want to say it's my favorite one, but I really liked it. I've got lots of reasons why. But yeah, Jo, what did you think of Guardians 3? Oh, I didn't really get Steve's rating either. So Steve came first. Sorry, Jo. Hang on for
Fine, fine.
so Steve, what did you? Now, Steve and I did not really discuss this. Sean and I were arguing over this movie when we came out of the theater because Sean thought it was the weakest one, but still liked it. But he thought it was the weakest one. And I thought it was like, I don't know if I think it's my favorite one. I think part 1 is the best one.
Yeah.
But there's a difference.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between what I would give as a rating. Like if I say part 1 is like a 9.5 out of 10 or whatever, this one's an 8 out of 10. So part 1 scored higher. But I like this part 3 a lot. And there's a lot. I love this God complex guy. He's like, God, there's no God. That's why I stepped in. He like blow up an entire planet of people because it's like, this world isn't working. Screw it. I'll start again. I'm like, yep, that's insane. Rocket Raccoon, who I hate in every movie except for this movie, which I'm like, he's like my favorite character. Anyways, so Steve, what do you think?
I love Rocket, man. So I'm not with you.
So okay, so you love Rocket anyways.
I love Rocket anyways. So
were you okay watching him get beat up?
No, I mean, I know that it was sad and it was weird because I didn't really think it was going to go there. To be honest with you, I knew he was one of the Animen and all that stuff. I knew that going in, right? And
Right.
I didn't spoil it like Sean. I just figured that out from the trailer.
Of course.
But like when I was watching, I'm like, wow, they're really going full force into this whole origin of Rocket, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it's better than part 2. I don't like it as much as part 1. As far as the high evolutionary goes, I didn't mind his character. What I did not like was his performance. It became too almost like camp to me, where he was like yelling all the time, and it took me out after a while. And I was like,
someone else said that too.
That's what I felt like the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like everyone was
That's what
just
you're saying,
arguing and
Josh,
bickering.
I agree, Josh. It was just like he was just like yelling at everyone constantly, and I'm just like
always yelling like,
yeah. I was like, at some point you have to scale him back, and yelling when you yell as a character and you're trying to be a villain, you have to sort of yell at the right times as opposed to yell all the time. So it wasn't
all the time.
It wasn't the character; it was how he performed it. I didn't care.
The way he was yelling, he reminded me of like my old math teacher.
Exactly.
But here, let me defend his yelling for 2 seconds. This guy is so evolved and he's so into what he's doing that he's creating these creatures and he's getting better and better. And this one accidental creation is somehow able to figure out something that he couldn't, and now he can't get him.
Right.
He's now like super frustrated to the point where he despises. He's like, this is impossible because like look, here's what it is. Rocket has a soul, right?
Yeah.
This is what they're saying. We understand. We understand what's happening. Rocket has a soul, and none of these other creations really do. He's playing God, and he can make evolved creatures, but he can't give them a soul.
Right.
Rocket got a soul,
right,
and that's what's undoing him. And to me, when I realized that this is what they're saying, it really leveled up the movie because you're like, he's like, he goes, there is no God. That's why I stepped in. It's like you did. But you cannot do it. You are not good enough to do this. And you can create all these creatures and it's your utopia, but it's never going to really be anything. For some reason, Rocket worked out and you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
And on second view, this is a movie where I think on second viewing, you appreciate it a lot more.
Right.
It's just that from the like not knowing that was how they were going to take the character, I was just sitting there and like, he's just yelling.
Right.
Otherwise I thought it was decent. Like it didn't have that cynicism that the second film had that really I despised. Like I didn't like Rocket just stealing and being a douche.
Right.
I didn't
It's always
like
that since the beginning.
yeah, but he was just like there was no reason for it as a Guardian. I felt
Yes, I agree with that.
I didn't care for Drax's one note
I
laughing
agree
at
with that.
Mantis's looks. Like it just kept going. And quite frankly, Star Lord was just hanging out with Ego most of the movie, and I was like, "This is cool because it's Kurt Russell." But I kind of want Star Lord to do more things. Everyone else was doing more, and
Yeah, I
then
agree.
Star Lord was sort of just hanging out with Kurt Russell, which
Yeah.
is something he could do when the cameras aren't filming. Like I didn't need to see him buddy up because Quill's relationship with his father wasn't a big part of like part one to me or any of that. To me, it was his mom who had the big relationship, not his dad.
Yeah.
He didn't know his dad. So for him to sort of latch onto that didn't really have any emotional resonance for me. So like him hanging out constantly with him, I was kind of like, this is going on too long.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
So
No, it was funny how he called him a scrotum hat. That was funny.
I mean, there was fun parts of two. Don't get me wrong, and Yondu was excellent in part two,
Yeah.
as was Nebula.
I'm surprised they killed
Yeah.
him.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
that sucked. That sucked.
That did suck.
Yeah.
But I think like the problem
Well,
I had with,
his own friends turned on mean the
Yeah.
Ravagers.
but I think the problem is that none of the Guardians stood out in that movie. That was the problem I had. It was all of a set like Nebula was a villain, and Yondu was not part of the Guardians. He was a Ravager. So for those two to be the standout characters to me was a miss. So
Right.
at least with this one, I felt like they were again bonded and a family and all that stuff. So I was happy with that. I wasn't really mad at anything. I thought it felt a lot better than part two for me. And I watched it. I'm like, yeah, I'll probably like this one a lot more on second viewing. So I'm going to
That's
buy
probably
it.
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were to ever
Go ahead,
oh my
Josh.
bad. If I were to ever rewatch the movie again, I'll probably just wait until it just drops on streaming eventually later this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm buying it. I'll be buying it on 4K or whatever, right? So,
Yeah.
All right, let's look at these, and then we'll get to Jay in a second. If Marvel's smarter than you, so return, they'll give him another team. Hopefully, a Fire Lord, Gladiator. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Beta Ray Bill.
Quasar, that'd be sick. When you evolve, you search your face tight. Okay, so did you see the movie Phantom? Phantom. He has his comic book face. His face is mangled to crap. Now in the comics, he has like a mask.
Yeah, you never see it.
Which I would have liked to see, but in this one, he literally called him RoboCop, which is what it was. It was so funny. He called him RoboCop, and it is RoboCop. He stretched his face around this thing. Jo, what did you think about Guardians 3? And let me know what you thought of 1 and 2, just as a comparison. Like,
Well, okay. So let me start for 1 and 2. So 1, I agree with you guys. I actually did like it because it's the introduction of them being in the MCU. You got Star Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket Raccoon. I think his name Rocket, right? So,
Yep.
I don't want to say it wrong, but okay. Then you got Groot, and I said, you know what? Let me see what they're about. Watch the movie. It's like, okay, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool, So that was a good one. Second one, I was like, it's okay. It's not my cup of tea. I just with the whole dad Star Lord, I was like, oh, that's random. I don't know if it's in the comic stuff, but it's pretty random. I'll tell you that, it's pretty random. So I was like, okay, I'll let you guys
I'll tell you
slide.
about comic Star Lord after, because it's nothing like these movies. But anyways,
I thought so. Yeah, I kind of figured that. And all right, so with the third one, I am actually thinking about going to watch it tonight. Actually,
so wait, you
I
haven't
did
seen
think-
it?
Yeah, I mean it's fine though, because it's like when I talk about it, it's like I forget what we talked about, and I just go and watch it like or something. You know what I'm saying? So it pops up in my head later when I watch it. I can think like that. It always happens. It's like, oh wait, that's what he was saying. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
So
Well,
yeah.
it was pretty crazy when Batman showed up. I never thought they'd have a DC Marvel crossover.
Don't do me like that.
That
Look,
was insane.
look, if something like that happened, man, I would have freaked out. Like,
Dude, bro, I
But
remember
yeah.
seeing I remember seeing Evil Dead Rise in theaters, and I completely forgot what happened like after I left the theater.
Oh
Well,
man,
everyone
Come on,
dies.
man.
there's someone getting possessed.
So we get possessed.
Well, Evil Dead. What if they said join us and then they just joined? That would be anticlimactic.
Yeah, that would
Right.
Okay.
They join this.
No.
That sounds like a robot chicken skit. And then
Yeah.
you come after me.
Yeah.
Bro, you just have someone join the panel and they didn't even watch the movie and they've been listening this whole time.
Okay, so Jo, so you thought part 1 was the best and 2 is okay, right?
Yeah. 2, it was like they could have did better, And I've been hearing good things about 3, so I was like, okay, let me go watch it, So I'm gonna go check it out tonight.
I loved part 1 when it came out. I was really shocked at how awesome it was. Part 2, I was kind of meh on. So then I rewatched it, and I liked it a lot more the second time.
Yeah.
Plus, if I found out, I don't know who my father is. Now, if I found out if it was Kurt Russell, I'd be like, hell yeah!
Yeah.
Hell yeah! So I'm with Star-Lord on that one. It's like it was funny because while Steve was talking, I was like, yeah, I agree with you. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. If it was Kurt Russell, I'd be hanging out with him all day too. I don't know.
For sure, man. Oh my god.
All Star-Lord did was hang out with Kurt Russell's like, right, that's what I'd be doing. I mean, screw you.
You're gonna have a beer drinking contest.
Go away. I liked part 2 and the second viewing a lot more. And part 3, I really liked a lot. I gave it an 8 out of 10 on my official score, but I'll definitely watch it again. There's a couple of points. So Sean isn't on. I can give some of his points. One of his points, and this is important, is that because there's so many, I won't go out of my way to spoil it, but there's always a lot of things where it's like you're not sure if this character will live or die. So there's a lot of things where you're like, oh no. And once you know that the outcome, whether they live or die, when you watch it at home the second time, it might feel long because you're like, well, I know this person will die or not die, so I already know the answer. It's sort of like if you watch a mystery and you know the conclusion, you're like, well, is this going to still be boring? Now, I just watched the new, I just saw it now this weekend for the first time, was the 2017 Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, yeah.
Which I had not seen. My favorite version is the 70s one, just because the cast is insane in that. That's my favorite one that I bought. I didn't buy any other versions, but I was like, well, let's watch this new version because I actually watched Death on the Nile. I thought that looked pretty. I thought Death on the Nile was pretty good, and this new one's coming out, which they've changed from Halloween Party to The Haunting or something, or what did they call it? They call it something else. Anyway, so I was like, well, let me watch the Murder, and I'm like, I really liked it. I knew the whole story, and not only did I know the whole story, it's a very famous story. I knew everyone's motivation. This story is super famous. We've got the book of it at home. My wife collects the Agatha Christie books, so it's like we knew the whole thing, but I still really liked it. So there's something to be said for good filmmaking. But anyway, the movie's a little long, but I still really, really liked it. And it's a hell of a lot better than Eternals, Thor, Shang-Chi.
That's what I've been hearing too, though. It's it's the best one this year. It's better than the other stuff that we've gotten recently.
And here's the thing: everyone's calling this movie the best one, and yet the next MCU movie we're getting is the Marvels.
Right. So, I
saw the trailer at the theater. It looks absolutely horrendous on the big screen. Jesus Christ, it looks so bad.
Well, we're gonna see it. I'm gonna see it, and I'm very fair because I do not think that the first Captain Marvel movie is in the bottom tier of Marvel, especially not now. I think it's in lower middle, so below them, If you did it in 4 sections, if you did MCU in 4 quadrants, Captain Marvel would be in the 3rd quadrant. Because I still think Captain Marvel is better than Eternals, better than Thor: Love and Thunder, better than Ant-Man 3, better than any of the Marvel shows. Because at least there's action and fighting in it that looks cool.
True.
At least she has her costume. I think her costume looks cool, and she fights guys.
It's just no one knows
Nothing
Brie
happened.
Larson.
Nothing happened in Eternal. Like Steven
That's
watched
so
Eternal.
true. That is so
Yeah.
true. I was telling Steven that.
Yeah, nothing happened,
Right.
guys. Nothing happened in Eternals, and it was boring.
Nothing.
So at least Captain Marvel, like, look, Captain Marvel has a lot of problems. It has a lot of logistical problems in the movie,
You know what? I think
but there's still action. Like, for Christ's
I
sakes,
know the
there's
reason.
nothing in Eternals. Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
I think the main reason why that Captain Marvel's been panned by so many people is because of its main star, Brie Larson.
Yeah.
And that's true. She said a lot of dumb things, didn't she?
She
Listen.
did. She really did.
She said stupid shit. But here's the other thing: I don't care what she said.
Mhm.
If there's action in the movie, I'll say that was cool. I'm not
Yeah,
anybody's
facts.
friend. I'm not Chris Pratt's friend, right? So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
doesn't
Like,
matter
if
to
there's
me.
one MCU movie, I think she would like go up higher because it deserves more love, and that's 2008's The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, J-Man. First of all, no, listen, hot take. I actually like Captain Marvel's suit in the first Captain Marvel movies, since it is comic accurate, but every single suit that she had after that was trash. It's trash.
Okay, yeah, her current one. Okay, I didn't mind the Endgame one, but I wanted her with the long hair. Brie Larson does not look. Brie Larson does not look good with short hair. There's some girls that look good, some girls don't. That's my opinion. Anyone can have
It's
that
true.
opinion.
No,
on it.
that's true.
Hair?
That's true.
I think Scarlett Johansson looks better with short hair.
Yeah, she could probably
Yeah,
almost go bald
yeah.
and still be okay, but there's not too many Scarlett Johanssons running around, right?
That's true.
So, but Brie Larson does not look good with short hair. Her face does not fit short hair. That's it. I don't.
Hey, yo, J.O. Wait, have you seen Haley Bailey as with short hair?
Oh,
Wait, who?
Halle Berry.
Haley Bailey. I mean,
Haley? Oh, you talking
Halle
about that
Berry.
kid from the Mermaid?
You mean the new Little Mermaid?
no. She's from John Wick in Part 3.
Oh, Halle Berry.
Yeah. I said
Oh,
Haley
Halle
Berry.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what are you
I was like,
talking
what am I
about?
talking about?
Wait, she's bald?
That was
No.
bad. You're talking Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Haley Bailey is the stupid mermaid or whatever in that track.
Yeah.
I said Haley Bailey. I was like, what am I talking about?
Everyone knows Halle Berry looks good no matter what. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Mm-hmm.
Bro, yeah, I saw the Little Mermaid trailer. Like when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, it looks. I looked at my dad. He was like, "This is shit.
Yeah,
This is so bad."
can I say something with? Okay, this is really good. The Little Mermaid trailer came on, and we're looking at it. It is so dark and garbage looking.
Yeah.
And the original cartoon, I've never seen the original cartoon. I actually don't care about the Little Mermaid. I don't care if they cast all men or white people or black people. I don't care what they cast because I don't care about that storyline. I'm not Dutch, and I don't read those Dutch fairy tales. I never saw the cartoon, but the cartoon was very colorful. My cousin would watch it a lot. It's super colorful and very bright, and it's 90 minutes. It's 1.5 hours. This movie is 2.5 hours and looks like shit. What little girl is going to sit for 2.5 hours watching a dark screen? I'm like, this movie looks crap. And then they're talking about, there's a black mermaid. I don't give a crap if everybody was white. It still looks like garbage. It looks like a garbage movie. I don't care who they cast.
I can't speak for
Thank you.
Here's the
man
thing.
ain't gonna see it,
The only
son.
time
You know what I
We're
want to
not-
ask
we're
though?
not seeing that.
Why couldn't they get the people that did Aquaman to make it that colorful
Right.
and bright?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Where were they at on this production? Like, where were they at?
it's Disney, you never account for anything.
Okay, so we
Right.
saw Aquaman in the theater. I thought, this looks pretty good.
They're talking underwater.
The only
Right.
time
Yeah.
I ever liked the only time I ever liked something in those remakes was Will Smith as the genie.
Yeah, he was.
Oh no, that was good. He was cool.
Yeah,
Bro,
Yeah.
in the the funniest thing in the Little Mermaid trailer is like that little crab looking thing. He says,
It
"She
looks like
got
a real
legs,
fucking
you idiot."
Idiot. Yeah, idiot. That was funny. But like, again, it's like, I don't care. And then it's like all of them. And then I like her, she's like, we're mermaids and they're humans. We're not friends. And she's like, well, or maybe we are. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not friends. Like, you can't go to the movies together. You can't go bowling. Like, you can't come over to watch. You can't come over to watch the game. Like, we're not friends with these mermaid people. Like, I don't understand. No, yeah, because they're sitting there, we can all be friends. Well, how's that gonna work? I can't send
For
them the
over
stream.
2 hours.
I can't send them the StreamYard link just
Yeah.
because they're underwater. How are we going to be
Right.
friends with these people? Give me a break.
Honestly, I just hope that the Marvels have more Goose, like the cat.
Yeah, let's see what they do. Look, it's very low expect. Okay, the Marvels could only be as bad as it looks or good because it can't be worse than it looks, right? Like it's
How about
Jesus.
another movie coming out? Are you down for one last hurrah with Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones?
I loved the Last Crusade was great, and then was there more Indiana Jones movies after
Yeah,
that?
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, well, no, but that wasn't Indiana Jones. That was the person formerly in who was Indiana Jones. It's now he's just a symbol. He's like Prince
Well,
or
now we got
whatever.
Dial of Destiny, which is one last hurrah.
It's not the last. The last hurrah was the Last Crusade. That's why
Yeah.
they put. You know what was the hint? They gave you a hint. They called it the Last.
Last Crusade.
That was the hint they gave you.
Well, hey, apparently this movie's so good it made Harrison Ford cry.
Right,
Why?
well,
Because they removed Harrison Ford at the end, like they removed Indiana Jones.
yeah, and guys, listen, guys, listen. I'm not spewing rumors, and I don't listen to a lot of these channels that
I know what
always
you're
talk
gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
negatively. But I agree with this. But I'm not gonna say the name. I agree with this person. They definitely that woman went back in time, erased Indiana Jones, and
You
then did
agree
everything
with
he
it?
did.
You're okay
That
with
is that is what happened. People were
Oh,
saying
no,
that
no.
is what
You
happened.
must be
They had to
joking.
reshoot.
Hold on.
They've been reshooting
James
for
Mangold
Andrew.
debunked it.
Bro,
They've
they've
been
been reshooting that movie for like months.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have. They
Yeah.
really have.
Hold on.
Guys,
James Mangold
the reshooting of the Dial of Destiny has taken longer than most films shoot normal.
Yeah, it took longer in principal photography.
Right. My God, Steven, can you imagine you go to your investors? Imagine you go to your producers and they say, how long are you going to take to this movie? Normally films are like what, 6-7 months or whatever. It's like, yeah, I need 3 years of like what are you making? Like what movie are you making? Are you making 14 movies? Hold on, I want to say hey guys, hey to Legion. How's it going, guys? He's going to be live streaming pretty soon, I think, too. About stuff. So I'd say hey to Mark. Old Bones. So what did you say? Old Deanna Bones.
Old Deanna Bones.
Save him, Bobby.
Okay, I gotta give him something for that. I'll give you Angelina for that one.
Oh God.
I know. Yeah, Dial of Destiny is gonna have to make $4 trillion to break even. Like,
Yeah. Bro, the Dial of Destiny is gonna have to make like Avatar: The Way of Water numbers, and it's for it to be successful.
Oh my God, that's gonna be. You know that's impossible.
James Cameron's face is gonna be on the $1 bill soon. They're gonna be like,
man, don't go there, man. Come on.
They're gonna be like, is it? I'm Canadian. It's Washington is on the $1 bill, right? Is that who's on the $1 bill? Okay. Do you guys know who George Washington is, right? I don't know how good the educational system
Oh yes,
is.
of course.
Of course.
Well, here's the thing, guys.
Even Canadians know that. All right.
The Mario movie made $1 billion recently.
Oh, hold on a second. Before we get to Mario, I just realized something. I know more about which presidents are on American bills than I know who's on Canadian bills. That's how bad that is.
Yeah,
and I'm in
that's
Canada.
fact. We can't tell you who's on any bills ever.
I can't tell anybody.
Oh my God.
I saw this guy take our $5 bill and turn the guy into Spock. Like he drew on him. You can't draw. Our money is plastic. I don't know if you know that. Our money is actually plastic. You can't like rip it. You can't rip our bills. You can't rip them. It's plastic.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll show you one of our bills.
Plastic?
Yeah,
they're plastic.
Like clear plastic now.
Here, look.
Oh God.
$100.
Very easy.
Look.
What?
Oh.
Look at
Right,
that.
Bro, I need to pull up to Canada.
Right. What?
You can't look. $100. I'm trying to rip it. You can't rip it.
You can't even rip it.
Look. It hardly even like. And this is me. I folded the crap out of it. This is my comic money. I got like
I was about to say, how did you get $100?
I've got like $1,000 right. This is when I go to the comic show.
Bro,
I've
this,
seen-
this,
I pull this out. I just pulled this out the other day, and this guy's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" He goes, "We've got something." He goes, "What do you like? What do you like? We've got something at our table." I'm like, "Hold on, I'm just going to shop around."
bro, this man J-Man had the flex on us like that.
Right, all the plastic in his pocket. What?
It's crazy.
You notice he didn't show you a $5 bill; he showed you a $100 bill.
Yeah, I don't deal with
Right.
No, I know we don't have presidents. All right, I'm giving. Okay, Mark, I'm giving you. I'm going to give you the here. I'm giving you the conquest. I'm giving you the conquest arrows, man. You're going to recycle a bunch of water bottles. Move the camera in the Oh, Legion, I thought you were Canadian for some reason.
No,
You're not Canadian. I'm taking away your Canadian status, man. I thought you were a Canadian.
No, he's not Canadian. I knew. I knew.
Oh, how did I miss? Okay, I'm gonna. Here, I'm giving you the strange. Where's my strange brew?
It's in the Canadian Criminal Code, eh? Yeah. Like there's legal precedent setting cases in law.
Oh my god, yeah, it's Paul.
Cultural contribution to the world. Strange brew.
Strange.
Oh no, J-Man, did the movie ever explain where Mantis was gonna go with those creatures? Kind of felt like her. It kind of felt like her ending was just shoehorned. Like, to be honest,
I didn't like that. There's still a couple of things I really like. Mantis. I have my little Mantis on my desk here. I love Mantis. I feel she was at the convention. I was this close from getting a picture with her, and I didn't. I kind of regret it because at that point, she was really only in a couple of the movies, and I thought she was really cool, but I really liked her in this one a lot. And one second, and I thought that in this movie, all of the characters had good moments, and they were a family. They yell at each other, then they're totally cool with each other. That's literally my family. We have a big yelling, screaming match, and then we're all cool, and everything's great. I love the way that they did that. I like the stuff with Drax. Drax actually had a good purpose for once. And he wasn't just a complete.
Thank God.
Okay, go ahead, Andrew. What were you going to say?
When you were talking about the whole convention thing, that reminds me. Very soon at a convention near me called Phoenix Fan Fusion, there's like a bunch of people that come there I want to see, but there are 3 that I know you will like. I just want to bring up that are coming.
Go for it.
There will be 2 MCU actors, Jeremy Renner and Paul Bettany. And also,
oh, that's so cool.
Doctor Who actors coming. Which
Doctor Who? Sorry?
Christopher Eccleston.
Wow.
Oh.
I've got number 4's autograph, but he's really old, but I got it. But I've met 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12.
Oh, you met Matt Smith. I'm jealous.
Oh, you didn't see my Matt Smith picture? Oh man, he's wearing the sunglasses and he's hugging my wife and I. Like he's like, yeah, like we're all hanging out. He was the coolest guy.
That's cool.
Matt Smith was the coolest.
Yeah, so Steve, basically,
were you with us for Matt Smith, Steve, or no? But you got Peter Capaldi, right?
Yeah, I got Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Dude, I got Haley Atwell.
Oh, okay, yeah. JL won.
Yeah, I won, man. Trust me, I won that day.
Okay, so hold on a second. No, JL, you just won. You just won the internet. I've got to get you something here. You just won the whole internet. Hold on.
Wait. Guess what? I'm gonna go back again. It's in June. I'm gonna meet Haley Steinfeld.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, bro. If you actually do meet Haley Steinfeld, send me the picture on Instagram if you actually do meet her.
Oh, and
yeah,
also,
for sure. I'm a showboat.
She's gonna be wearing clothes, right, Josh? Hold on, let me. JL, this one's for you, buddy. This one's for you.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I'm giving you Fancy Pants on the darkness, buddy.
So I almost forgot. Also, along with at my convention with Christopher X, I also got the CW Flash Grant Gustin coming too.
Look, Grant Gustin for me has held this entire thing together because his show is really awful right now.
And also Tom Cavanaugh. That's the reverse flag.
Oh, Tom Cavanaugh is awful. Okay, so Tom Cavanaugh was there. Steve, you were there with me when he was there. So Tom Cavanaugh was there, and there's an emergency. He had to leave. He's literally there. He was there for a few hours. It's like, oh, emergency, Tom Cavanaugh has to leave. I'm like, what? And then he's gone. I'm like, and he didn't come back. And we're like, we literally missed him. We were getting – that was when Jason Momoa was there.
What you did.
Yeah. So Jason Momoa was there, and he was doing his meet and greet. And then Tom Cavanaugh left. I'm like, really? What the hell?
Well, it looks like I'm going to take what you didn't get.
That's all right. J.O.'s the only one that I'm jealous of. That he won the internet. Haley Atwell's the greatest.
But J.O. seems to be meeting only women named Haley. Have you noticed that? Haley
that is weird.
Look, it's
Haley
not my
Bailey's
fault.
right?
Okay, when I watch movies, I don't know. I guess their names start with an H and Haley and all. It's just coincidence, okay? It's just coincidence. Oh man!
J.O.'s mission is to meet every beautiful woman named Haley on the planet. That's
right,
dude.
That's
Bro, are
you? Hey,
bro, are you like picking and choosing?
Yeah.
Well, no. look, I like J-Man. I collect movies and like with Bumblebee, I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, she's in that. She's a Hawkeye? What do we call it? That one show? Yeah, the Hawkeye.
She's Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I gotta meet her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring something up real quick.
Look where Steve's head is.
That's where my head would be too if I met her.
I'm gonna show you all the people that are coming to my con.
Oh, let's take a look here. This is
all right. Here's the first three.
Oh shoot! Yeah. That's good.
Ashley,
wait, John Reacher.
He is.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
Eccleston.
Eccleston. Wow, Eccleston is all. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and then you got this.
Hey, Claudia Christian. I love Claudia Christian. She's awesome. She was up where Christian is. Oh my god.
And
she's from Maniac.
Grant Gustin.
And Grant Gustin, yeah.
And James Earl Taylor. And there's Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Oh, Judith Hope.
And I got Ken Page.
Katie Sackhoff. Yeah,
hey, Katie Sackhoff. Oh, bro.
Oh man.
Oh, I want to meet
For
bro.
sure, yeah, Katie.
Hey, yo, Andrew. Wait, when's the convention?
It's on June 2nd to 4th.
Oh, bro, I got summer school, bro.
Come on, man.
For people to be on the new Canadian $5.
Oh, I almost forgot. I got one more.
Oh shit!
I want some. I definitely want. I want John Candy on the bill. That'd be all right.
Yeah, I forgot. I got Stephen Amell here too.
I've met Stephen.
William Shatner.
Hey, Shatner.
Walter
Koenig.
Yeah, and there's Tom Cavanaugh, and these are all the people that are going to be near me.
Well, Stephen and I are meeting everybody from the Terrifier Part 2, so that's going to be good.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh no, Jamin, are you excited for Saw X coming out later this year?
I'm excited for anything with the word Saw in it. Texas Chainsaw, Saw, anything with a Saw in it, I'm gonna watch it.
Wait, Saw X?
Saw 10.
It's like the new installment of the Saw franchise.
Yeah,
are
10.
you serious? I just watched the whole collection like last week.
That was a great week you just had, Jared. That was very
good. It was. It was.
Speaking of horror movies, did you see Scream 6?
No, I pre-ordered it. I just buy all the Scream movies, so I'll watch it when I buy
it. I saw the movie in theater. Like it was me and my dad like first time with the 40X. Literally anytime like the kills happen, like the seats start moving, is like
oh my god,
the seat, like bro, it was crazy.
So I know who the killer is because that person is at a convention and they literally put the picture of this person and said killer from Scream 6. I'm like, great. The stupid convention ruined it.
Was it
exploded?
No, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you haven't seen
I've
it.
already seen it.
Part of the Scream, well, Steve hasn't seen it, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
The fun part of the Scream movies is guessing the killer, right? Like
right.
That's
yeah. No, the first one was Matthew Lillard.
Well, the first one got me because I actually thought it was either Skeet Ulrich or whatever, or Matthew Lillard. I was like, it's Matthew Lillard. I guarantee you, he's weird and whatever, right? And then halfway through the movie, I was like, no, it's the boyfriend. Oh, I'm like, oh, it's the boyfriend for sure.
Oh,
but
Billy
then Billy, yeah. So then he gets killed. Remember, he gets killed, but he doesn't. But he gets killed in the first, like, towards the end. And I thought, I'm like, well, then it's Matthew Lillard. That's for sure. And then it was. I was like, yeah, I called it. But then I'm like, oh, it's both. I was like, wow. Yeah. I love Scream 1. I thought that was so fun.
I learned recently that people thought the TV that fell on Matthew Lillard didn't actually kill him.
Yeah, people keep trying to say he's coming back out.
Dude,
I'm going to take off.
Oh, okay. Steve, thanks for coming on, man.
See you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Take care.
Yep.
I can just imagine if Stu actually does come back in the future, like Scream installment, possibly Scream 7. Because I just had a feeling that he was going to come back for Scream 6.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's back or whatever. Now they're continuing with this new cast of people now, right? Like it's Wednesday Addams or whatever, and what's the other girl? I don't know. The girls from
the girls from Taken.
Jenna, and it's her and
Melissa something. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, I still like the Scream movies. I like all of them. They're okay. I don't, like part 1 is the best, and then after that they're fine. Like it's not.
It was so obvious that Amber was the killer in Scream 5. Like I called it.
Yeah, I think I did too. I don't remember. I saw it. Like I haven't watched it again, but I remember watching. I was like, yeah.
It's like Scream 5 for me. It felt like the Last Jedi of the Scream movies for me.
What? You must be kidding.
I mean, it was okay. I didn't think. No, it's not. The Last Jedi made me angry.
Hey, at least here's the thing. At least Scream 5 didn't waste Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox like Last Jedi did with Mark Hamill.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I was upset that they cut off Dewey like that. That was stupid.
Oh,
I didn't like that. Well, they wanted to show that. So now it's basically, it's just Courtney Cox now, right? Is she the only one who's left, who's coming back?
Yeah, it's only been her.
Unless she gets killed in this one, which I don't know. Which whatever she might.
Not really, but you'll see.
We'll see. But like, yeah. So yeah, I'm meeting the Terrifier people. So I'm gonna meet the director, the boy, the girl, Art the clown. And I've got the pale girls. Little girl. I got her autograph coming.
But hold on. When I mentioned the people actually coming to my con, like Christopher Eccleston, you sounded jealous.
I'm never jealous of people meeting others. It's good. You should go meet them.
Christopher Eccleston's autograph.
Right. You should go meet him and send pictures.
Yeah, like
here's the thing. Me and my mom this morning were specific on like which of the things we're gonna do, and for Christopher Eccleston, we chose autograph.
Yeah, okay, so I used to do autographs all the time because that's really all there was. But some guys, you could do pictures at their table. Like you can get their autograph and then – so you get the autograph if you want to talk to them about something. Because when you go to get a professional photo op, like when you do the professional photos, not the ones at the table, but where you go to the little thing and they have a setup where you get pictures, you have 1 second. They literally say, okay, next, click, next, click. Next, you're like, that was it. Yeah, that's it. Like, J.O., you got a picture with Haley, right? Like, or did you get her autograph?
Just the autograph, sadly.
So just the autograph. So you got to talk to her for a little bit, right?
I did actually in her accent.
And what did you say? Anything? Or were you just like and then she's like, okay, next.
Actually I was kind of like that. Yeah. I was kind of like, I was just staring at her like, because she was like signing my shirt. I was like, oh, I don't know what to say.
When I get the autograph of Christopher Eccleston, what should I say to him?
So have you gotten autographs or met anyone before, Andrew, or is this going to be your first time?
Yes, I have.
You have? Okay.
Many times before.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, just tell me like Doctor Who, that's it. Like,
but you know what? One tip that I learned, if I want to get a photo op with anybody, or if you want to get a photo op with anybody, you have to get there to the con like early.
No,
if you get there,
well,
the photo ops have a time.
Yeah,
photo ops give you a time. So my time. So do you guys? I don't know if you guys like wrestling. Do you know who Ric Flair is?
Yeah,
I've heard of him. Yeah.
All right. Well, Steve's getting a picture with Ric Flair, which is gonna be awesome. But like, yeah, so you get a time, like you actually have a time slot. So my appointments are like at 1:00 or whatever, right? So, but they're you don't have a chance to talk. It's literally you come in, cheese, click, next, click, like that's it. They just keep bringing them in. So it's like you don't have a lot of time. You can't talk to them at all. It's like it's 1 second. If you get an autograph, then you can talk to them a little bit. So I'm getting autographs and pictures with everybody from Terrifier 2. I love that movie, so I'm getting everybody's.
Dang,
The only
man, that's
person
so
that I
badass.
wanted to meet, like from a horror movie, is Shawnee Smith, who plays who plays Amanda from the Saw movies.
I know her.
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, she's great.
Ooh.
Oh, bro, Jay, man, you give me jealous, man.
No, I got like, okay, so well, do you know what? Okay, so check this out for Saw. This is really cool. I don't know if you knew about this, but in Saw 3, for every Saw movie, they do a blood drive for real for people, so people give blood and all that. So they do and they always do these special posters for the blood drives for Saw. So for Saw 3, Tobin Bell, who plays Jigsaw, the actor, he donated blood, but instead of taking his donated blood, they took his blood and mixed it with red ink and printed posters with his blood. I've got two of them. I've got two of those. I've got two.
Wow.
Mixed it with red ink.
And and what they did was they put a coating on the, so you're not touching his blood, but they put like a coating on the poster, so it's like it's underneath. But I have two posters, so I have his blood on two posters.
Ooh,
that's
that is
cool.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that was really cool. They also did. There's like, oh, Phantom Outsider will know. Phantom or Clobby, if you're still in the chat. What was the name of the guy who has his ashes in a comic book? Is it Mike Greenwald? Let me know if it's so. There's a comic book writer that had, when he died, he put his ashes into a comic book and they printed it. So he's became part of a comic.
Are you?
I'm bloody serious.
What?
Phantom Outsider will probably know for sure. He might. I think it's Mark Grunwald. Phantom, if you're still there, let me know if it's Mark Grunwald.
He put his ashes in a.
Now, Jay, man, sorry, man, but I gotta go. My phone is getting extremely low. Yeah, I gotta check on my schoolwork. See ya.
All right. Yeah.
See ya.
We won't go too much longer. I might go check out because Legion's going. Let's check out the poll. So far, 42% have given it 4 out of 5. 25% have given it 5 out of 5, and 33% have given it 3 out of 5 for Guardians. So that's pretty good. So there you go, Jerry. If you go see it, you'll know what to expect.
Oh, for sure. I'm actually kind of excited too.
I want to say that you actually, so because you watched, you actually like just watched all of the. You just watched all of the Saw movies, like.
Yeah. Oh man, trust me. A friend of my job, he was telling me about it. I said, man, I heard about it. He said, what's it about? So, it's just like this mystery game. This killer's playing on people that did wrong stuff. So I was like, let me check it out. So I got the collection from Target, and I said, okay, let me pop this in. First time I watched it, I was traumatized.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna talk about it in a second. So look, yeah, it is Mark Grunwald. So
Mark Grunwald.
Yeah, so his ashes are in a Squadron Supreme trade paperback.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's some rare stuff right there, man.
Kiss also gave blood in an ink. Oh, nice. So Kiss also gave their blood to the ink in a Marvel Treasury edition. They're bigger comics. They're like huge. I have them in another room, so I can't pull one out for you. Okay, okay. When I saw, okay, so did you just see them for the first time, or did you see them, or have you seen them before?
Like my first time seeing them was like, I'm gonna say 3 weeks ago.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So okay, when I saw them all in the theater, when I saw Saw 4 in the theater, because Jigsaw dies in Saw 3, and I thought, well, that's it.
Right.
When I saw Part 4 in the theater, and they're doing the autopsy. And they pull out the cassette tape, and it's like, if you think it's over, it's not. I fucking lost my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is hilarious. I love Saw 4.
It was.
I'm like, Saw 4 is a masterpiece. It's basically it's a recap to explain what's going on because you're just like, I'm completely confused. What is happening?
Right.
Now?
I was like that too.
I literally thought I was the killer, and I was like, "Am I the killer? Like, I don't even know who the killer is anymore. It could be me. I don't even know." It's like, and then Saw 4 explained it all. I was like, "Thank God."
Pretty much after 4, they recapped everything. After 4, they did it from like the beginning. I'm like, what?
I love Hoffman. I actually think Hoffman is great.
He was, yeah.
I got a picture of Hoffman. I wonder if I can show it. I don't know if I can show. I tried to get a
did?
picture. I didn't get a picture with him.
Oh,
let me see if I can find. Wow, what convention was he at? Oh my God. Trying to see where I can find him. I can't remember what convention he was at. I'll have to figure it out after. But like that was awesome. Yeah, I can't find it. I know Bruce Campbell. You know that, right? You know
Bruce Campbell. I think everybody know him.
I bet if you got his autograph, you asked him to write groovy.
He actually autographed. So Steve got me the autograph while I was in line for a picture. So he signed my book.
Oh, that's cool.
I met the Green Ranger. Do you know
Jason David Frank?
Jason David Frank, yeah. You can let me see. Can I share my? Let me see if I can share the screen here. Share window. Yeah, here you go. There you go. There's me and Jason David Frank.
Nice.
Wow, look at that suit.
There's me and Karen Gillan.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. Who else? There's me and Bruce.
With that look he always gives.
That was really funny. What else? What other people do I have? I have so many. It's crazy. What other characters do you guys? I don't know if you know anybody else. Did anybody watch? I can show you a picture of me and Matt Smith. I'll show you the picture of me and Matt Smith. Now, remember, I used to weigh a lot more, so I gained a lot of weight. So just keep that in mind. Let me see.
Oh, look at that! Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matt Smith.
Yeah, there's Matt Smith.
I'm jealous.
I cropped my wife out of this because she doesn't like to be on camera. So
now this I'm jealous for.
Yeah. So, and we met John Barrowman and all those guys, right? Like, John Barrowman was awesome.
John Barrowman always likes to wear weird clothing.
Yes, he's a kind of a fun character. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll probably end it off there. That was pretty good.
Yes.
Greenwald struck again with Ashes Draper and original Contest of Champions. Oh, they also put I love. Oh man, Contest of Champions was pretty cool.
What's that about?
That's like one of those big events that Marvel does. So they do like Secret Wars and all that. So Contest of Champions was like a fighting tournament kind of a thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, I was going to tell you guys the Star-Lord. In the comics, Star-Lord, the first stories of Star-Lord was like a magazine. I'll show you this real quick before I hold on. Let me do a new tab here. 1 second. All right, so I'll show you Star-Lord. Hold on. You're gonna be pretty shocked.
Uh-oh.
So this is Star-Lord.
Now that looks dope.
Yeah. Well, the artist, the painter who did this is awesome. So this is Star-Lord.
I like it.
You see some guns and all that, right? So it used to be like a magazine. See, it was like
that's like the Hulk ones I got.
Yes.
Yeah, like that, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that looks cool. I wonder if my comic book store has that.
It's friggin' it's gonna be hard to find now. It's from It's like from 1979 or something like that.
Oh, 70. Oh, yeah.
So like, see, like this is where Shang-Chi first appeared.
Deadly Hands of Kung Fu.
There he is. There, that's Shang-Chi. Yeah, like, see, look how badass these comics are. These are all magazines.
Art,
so Andrew, I'm not sure if you know, these are black and white, and they're big like magazines. So this is what it used to be like.
Yeah, the pages are black and white, if I remember. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's Iron Fist and Shang-Chi together. Yeah. So Star-Lord, it's like it's all these. Yeah, like look at this one. So it's like, and like there's one. So that's Star-Lord.
And the mask. Oh wow.
Yeah. So his parents were killed by aliens or whatever. I think it was both parents. And then he joins the space program in order to go out into space to find the killers. It's much more serious. Star-Lord's really kind of an ass because he's like so focused that he doesn't make any friends. And then they don't even pick him to go on the mission because they're like, nobody likes you and nobody wants to work with you. And he's like, I'm the best astronaut that we've ever had. And they're like, yeah, but nobody likes to work with you. And it's a team effort. So it was really pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can get them on. So they're around.
I'm definitely going to search.
Anyway. All right, guys. Well, that is it. I think we'll end off there. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining me, guys. That was a lot of fun. And I'll be streaming again on Monday, but on Clobberin Times, we're going to talk about Batman Brave and the Bold. So in this issue, Batman dies, and then the Atom goes into his brain and like controls his body using his brain and like tapping different electrodes and stuff. It's like, what? It's so weird. So that's gonna be tomorrow night. So all right, guys, thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.